Welcome to Hourglass Workshops and Conversations with Nancy and Cherryll. I'm Nancy Burns. I'm an acupuncturist in Los Gatos, California.
And I'm Cherryll Seavey. I'm a writer and a blogger in Los Gatos, California as well. And we're talking about today, is your inner voice telling you you're wasting your time?
Yes. And are you a good time waster?
I'm trying to hone my skills.
My patients that the other day we were talking about wasting time, and I said to her, is there a benefit to wasting time? And she works with a lot of numbers and a lot of pressure. And she said, yeah, for me, there is, because when I'm wasting time, like cruising the internet or watching TV or whatever, she said, my mind is relieved of the stress of work because she owns a company. So it's not something that just goes away at 5 o'clock.
Right.
And I thought, well, that's an interesting view of wasting time. It's really a benefit in that case. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think so too. And I think to maybe if anything, and being a writer and really kind of living with words a lot, I think to even reframe that into maybe you're not wasting time, you're coasting. You know,
okay, I like that.
If you think about, you don't have your foot on the accelerator, you're just allowing the time to go by. And you're disengaging your mind from, and in your patient's case, numbers and the business of life, and just allowing kind of your mind to go free form. And that's where the creativity lies. Absolutely. That's where, you rest in those times. As long as, you're not in a situation where you're cruising on social media, which can become very frustrating and very comparative and oftentimes depressing. For some people, it just depends.
You're actually avoiding, and there's a big difference.
Right.
Avoiding is very different. But do you remember as children laying in the grass, looking at clouds, mm-hmm. daydreaming? I mean, you never hear about even children daydreaming anymore.
Yes.
Because they're so darn scheduled. We're so scheduled in our society.
Right.
Even if you're going to waste time, you're wasting it watching TV or on social media. You're never just sitting in the backyard mm-hmm. staring at clouds mm-hmm. or, sitting by a pond looking at the ducks.
Exactly. And we're such a busyness. If you aren't busy, you aren't productive, or you define yourself by your activity. And, and boredom is used to, it's such a bad thing. It's like, oh God, I'm so bored, and August is remember August when you were in school, it's like, and your mom would just say, go out and play. She didn't say go out and mow the lawn, or go wash the car.
It's like, well, I'm bored. I don't have anything to do. It's like, wonderful. Go do more of that,
Exactly.
Look at me like, what is wrong with her?
Right. So I don't think
you're creative.
Yeah. I don't think it's wasting time at all. I think it's just spending time differently.
Yeah.
And it's kind of how our inner voice is defining it.
Well, I love coasting. That's a great way of framing it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do more coasting.
Okay.
I feel sorry for kids these days. First of all, they're all back in school in the middle of August, for heaven's sakes.
Right.
What's that about? Kids have no business being in school in August. Mm-hmm. But at any rate, and then they run after school, they run to daycare, and then they race home to soccer practice or swim lessons or dance or, and then they come home. It's like, you got to stuff some food in their mouths, get their homework done, get a bath, go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what kind of a kid life is that?
Right. It's interesting. There's been some studies recently that I've been looking at about is homework really a benefit to kids? And, pros and cons, of course, but I
personally would say no, because I never did it, but
well, me, the compliant overachiever, I was on it, and so, I mean, I had a real challenge with quote unquote wasting time. I always felt I should be doing something productive. And now I'm really, really seeing the benefit of just coasting. Yes. So I think we just need to reframe that term and I really want to encourage everybody, do a little more coasting, do a little more, put, space in your day. And when you're bored, just relish that moment.
Yeah. Allow yourself to be bored.
Yes.
And I think this is one of the reasons. It's the interesting phenomenon. I'll just say this real quickly. Men used to retire and die. Now men retire and they love their lives. I mean, they play golf, they do woodworking, they mow the lawns, whatever it is they do. It's the women who have worked all their lives that are having a heck of a time adjusting to retirement. Mm-hmm. And I think probably it's because they've lost the ability to relax and just coast
and rest. Rest in their own energy. And because it is the feminine energy, that's a very important component of who we are. Yeah. And when your patients come to you, a lot of times it's kind of because they're exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, there's a lot of my patients who, do they need to see me every week for a year or 2 or 12? No, but it's their 1 hour where they come in, we laugh about a few things, they relax in a nice environment and take an hour for themselves. Mm-hmm. And that's worth gold.
Yes, absolutely. And that's their inner voice telling them that self-care is important. Yeah. So go off and enjoy your day, waste a little time, or coast through your day, whatever you choose to do. Indeed. So until next time, I'm Cherryll.
And I'm Nancy.
Bye now.
Bye.